All right. Now, knowing about the problem that it is a resource problem, it's not an ethnic, it's not a religious, it's not a tribal issue. It is a resource problem. The National Livestock Transformation Plan of the federal government is poised to solve the problem. I've gone through the document. We've been part of the formation of the transformation plan. We've attended several stakeholder engagements with the secretariat from the office of the vice president. They invited us as stakeholders in the sector, and we had various interactions with them. And we went through the document, and I can tell you, it is an excellent document and plan to really solve, for the first time, to really solve this problem. It may not be 100% perfect plan, but I mean, it's a plan, and at least it's a good start. What the National Livestock Transformation Plan seeks to do, it's a very big project, so I don't want to get into the technicalities of everything, but let me just focus on the pillars. There are about 5 pillars embedded in the National Livestock Transformation Plan, and one of them, and some of them are peaceful resolution, economic empowerment, and especially bringing in private sector involvement in the sector, into the livestock sector. It seeks to open up the sector. What I see it trying to do is what we are always talking about at Livestock 247, de-ethnicizing the sector, opening up the sector so that it is really appreciated by all Nigerians, and I mean Africans, and whoever wants to come into Nigeria to invest, that this is a lucrative sector. It's a multi-billion naira sector that has a lot of potentials, and it has x-rayed all the value chain from the milk and dairy to the beef part of the value chain, to the skin and leather and all those things. So the National Livestock Transformation Plan seeks to bring in private sector investment, bring attention, most especially to understand the viability of the sector, so that when people invest, when there is investment funding from the private sector into the livestock sector, it will be market driven, it will be commercially driven, it will move away from subsistence animal production. Let me tell you what the International Livestock Research Institute revealed. The International Livestock Research Institute revealed that Nigeria, of course we all know based on the UNFAO, Nigeria has about 20 million thereabout number of cattle. 95% of the ownership of this 20 point something million currently is under pastoralist ownership, meaning it's under people that are currently practicing nomadic pastoralism, which we all know it's no longer sustainable. There is nowhere in the world that this is going to be accepted, that more people will be moving up and down with cattle and ravaging lands and creating problems and issues. I can tell you the herdsmen are tired, the farmers are tired, as stakeholders in the sector we are also tired. So we need to look out of the box, or probably in new boxes. So the National Livestock Transformation Plan seeks to bring in investment so that we can now make it sedentary. Instead of going up and down looking for this scarce resource, how do we now invest in provision of feeds? How do we now invest in provision of water? Like I said, it's about competition. So the National Livestock Transformation Plan went straight to the issue to solve the problem, because they realize that it's a competition over scarce resource. If you solve the provision of those scarce resources, the herdsman perchance may be now sedentary, will be forced to stay in one place. The farmer will be at peace to do his business, and then we can have a sector that you tap the potentials of the sector. Let me go back to the 95% ownership. If 95% ownership of the livestock sector is under pastoralist management, meaning less than 5% is under what we call agro-pastoralists or feedlots operators or ranchers per se. So the number is not reasonable to justify any serious financial activity in the sector. But when you bring in a private sector participant and it is open and people now invest, and you cannot invest if you don't know how potential the sector is. So principally the National Livestock Transformation Plan seeks to, from our own perspective, seeks to bring in private sector engagement to create a lot of awareness, and that's what basically Livestock 247 is trying to complement, and that's why we are democratizing the information. We are making this thing accessible. We are letting people to know that you don't have to be Fulani, you don't have to be Hausa, you don't have to be, this is about resources. You don't have to be Yoruba to own a cocoa farm. You don't have to be Igbo to own a poultry farm. You don't have to be Ibibio to do fishing, to go into the aquaculture business. So the same way, you don't have to be Fulani or Hausa to own a cattle. All you need to is to understand the mechanics of this business. What the animal, like I always say, what the animal requires is TLC, tender love and care. Give it food, water, and a little bit of veterinary care, and you're in good business.